Okay, and the Saints win 126 to 83 versus Northwood University. Can you tell us what were you expecting before this game and were your expectations accomplished?
Um, I'm expecting our guys to start competing at a higher level, having better composure, um, and act like a veteran-led team. And I think tonight we made some adjustments in the lineup, and we played the kids that were practicing the hardest, and those adjustments paid off. It could have went either way. I've had some guys that have had opportunities that are key kids to contribute at a higher level, and it doesn't mean they're buried. They just need to start playing up to their potential. I mean, tonight I played the guys that I think are giving me the most day in and day out in practice, and we had good results.
Northwood had 7 turnovers in the first 16 minutes of the first half. What does that say about your defense?
Oh, we still got a long way to go. I mean, our defense is designed to force tempo and force turnovers, and we've forced turnovers the last two games. Lubbock in particular, we forced 35 turnovers. We just didn't play as a team. We didn't execute. We didn't run plays and sets that we had to run. And I think details were lacking, and we've been close to getting a good win. But again, tonight I was going to play the guys that are listening the most right now and trying to get better. I've got some other kids that I think can do a lot more, and they have to make that choice. And so my goal is hopefully they start improving and playing at a higher level now that conference is here.
Yes, just like you said, you went a different starting lineup. And how do you think the Saints did with this change? We don't really see this happening often, but how was this change effective in this game?
Well, it's effective for one game, but again, my goal is not to upset the apple cart and change everything. I've won, and we've won a lot of games with other kids that have been important, and we are off to a poor start, and we need those other kids just as much as we need the kids that performed tonight. It just so happened that tonight's guys that played the most, they've been, I think, the most invested in fixing our problems. Now, that doesn't mean the guys that have been very successful in our program the last couple of years, like LaRon and Rob, who didn't start, and guys like that, that they can't figure it out and be all conference or key guys. I mean, those guys just have to get back to preparation. And I think the guys that played the most tonight are the guys that have been preparing the hardest, and I think that showed.
Yes, one of the guys that came back up was Mike Brown. In tonight's game, how important is it for you to have him play before they go to the conference tournament?
Well, conference starts Thursday. Mike's not ready to play more than probably 8 or 10 minutes, but Mike was a key guy in our run last year. But again, Mike's role is going to be determined now that he's actually getting to practice again. He needs to handle his senior role better than he did as a junior. Talent-wise, he immediately helps us. Again, I got some other talented kids I believe in that I think can do a lot, and I think will do a lot this year that have not been playing up to their potential. But that's part of a new role, being picked first, not being the underdog, and getting people's best shots. It's a new situation for such a young program. But Mike Brown, I expect to be a key contributor as he gets his wind back, his legs back, and gets some practices under his belt.
Right. How important is it for you that the Saints won this game before the conference tournament this Thursday?
Um, I don't. The wins and losses I haven't focused on. I focus on improvement and are we playing to the best of our ability. That's been my disappointment in the start, not our record. Could we have won a couple of games if? So I had to make some changes, and I'm not making them to prove a point or make a stand. I mean, I'm trying to play guys that are playing to the best of their ability, and I've got some key guys. I think when they figure that out, we can start becoming a good basketball team that are seniors, that are experienced, and that's really up to them. I have to play the guys I think that are working the hardest at improvement in November. That's what you should be doing in sports, is improving. You don't want to peak in November.
Yes. The Saints had a tough time playing St. Thomas University last time. What are you expecting this time as they play them again?
I'll know that answer after 2 practices. We got to get back to practicing. I mean, again, this team has to understand good things happen when you work hard. I put a poster up. I've put that in their locker. I mean, that's why we've been good. We have always had kids willing to work hard in practice and play hard and be coached hard. So what they need to do is accept criticism better the next 2 days in preparation of beating St. Thomas. I'll know more on Thursday afternoon after a couple of practices if we're ready to compete and beat St. Thomas on Thursday night. I'm not a game type of guy. I think practice is where we have to get back to understanding is where you win and lose ball games.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you so much.